Um, this has been a very interesting year. Typically, around this time, we are traveling and meeting with students and their parents in their home countries. But unfortunately, with the pandemic that has sort of taken over the whole world, we are unable to do that. And so we are very thankful to still have the opportunity to talk to students and their parents. So a massive thank you to CollegeTrackr Canada as well. So I am going to talk to you a little bit about Miami University, about our institution, and what makes it a great university for student athletes in general and for Canadian student athletes more specifically. So as Belton has mentioned, we are Miami University. We are located in Oxford, Ohio. We have been a university since the year 1809. So we have been graduating students for more than 200 years. So this is an experience that we have had, focusing on undergraduate teaching and graduating students who have then gone on to change their communities, to change their countries, and to change the world as well. So Miami University is a Division I university. So we are, our student athletes are playing, as athletics at the highest level. And the different sports that we have in terms of men's sports are baseball, basketball, cross country, football, golf, ice hockey, swimming and diving, and track and field. And we also offer basketball, cross country, field hockey, soccer, softball, swimming and diving, tennis, track and field, and volleyball for women's sports. Currently, we have about 42 international student athletes, about 9 of whom are Canadian student athletes, and we are definitely looking forward to hosting more international student athletes as well. And our current Canadian student athletes are playing ice hockey, field hockey, and track and field. Now, in terms of information about our institution, you can find more information as well as through our website. Now, there isn't really a difference between either of those applications. They are considered the same, although our international application, which is available through our website, is a little bit shorter than the common application. Aside from the application itself, we do require transcripts. So all of your student grades going from grade 9 to grade 12. Um, Typically, we also do require proof of English proficiency, but obviously students from Canada are exempted from that, except if you are coming from Quebec. Um, Now, once you submit those documents, then we will go ahead and review your application for admission. And once you are admitted, then you will have to submit documents to support your I-20. And your I-20 is basically the document that you will take with you when you are going to the embassy in order to apply for a student visa. In terms of support services, at Miami, we are definitely aware that international students have needs that are different from domestic students. And so we offer a wide range of support services specifically for international students, starting with our International Student and Scholar Services Office, which really becomes the main contact point once our international students, including international student athletes, arrive on campus. So the International Student and Scholar Services Office is going to be there to help you, to support you in terms of, when you're applying for a job, when you are applying for Social Security, when you're applying for a driver's license. They're also going to be there to support you academically to make sure that you are taking the number of classes, for example, that you need to take in order to fulfill the requirements of your student visa. We also offer other student support services such as the Writing Center. We understand that the United States education system is different from a lot of other countries' educational system, and at university here we do place a lot of emphasis on writing. And so that might not be a skill that students have necessarily encountered in the past. And so the writing services is there to help support our international students. So students can go there anytime that they need to get help on writing a paper, to get help on reviewing that paper, so on and so forth. Additionally, we do also offer our Student Support Services Center, which does include health services. And so as an international athlete, for example, you can have access to any of those services at any point in time, including mental health support for any rough period that you are going through. We hope that those are services that you will never need, but if you do, they are there for you. In terms of scholarships, we do offer 4 specific admission scholarships for international students, aside from the athletic scholarships, which Coach Chip will talk a little bit more on. But for myself, I'm just going to focus on the academic scholarships. And so the different scholarships that we offer are all merit-based scholarships. We do not offer any need-based scholarships. And so when we're evaluating students for scholarships, we're looking for their grades. We are looking for the strength of their curriculum, for example. So if you are a student who is taking IB courses, for example, or you're taking AP classes or A levels, that will definitely be something that we look at, and that will be to your advantage. So first, we do offer the International Education Scholarship, which does not require a separate application. As long as you submit the Miami application, you will be automatically considered for the International Education Scholarship, and that scholarship is based on a student's GPA. We do also offer the Merit Scholarship, and the Merit Scholarship is a guaranteed scholarship that any and all students are guaranteed as long as they have a GPA that is 3.5 and above. And for the Merit Scholarship, you do have to submit an application by December 1. We do also offer the You Are Welcome Here Scholarship, which covers a student's tuition. So the You Are Welcome Here Scholarship does require a separate application. And once a student submits the Miami admission application, then they will have access to the You Are Welcome Here Scholarship. And finally, we do offer the Presidential Fellows Program, which is our top scholarship program. The Presidential Fellows Program does require an application to one of our honors programs. And once a student does apply to the Presidential Fellows Program, they are then invited to campus for a weekend if they are one of the finalists. And this scholarship covers all of the costs of attendance, and additionally provides a $5,000 stipend to the students who have been awarded the scholarship. In terms of opportunities at Miami University, there are really endless opportunities for students at Miami University. If you are a student who is looking to push yourself further, whether that is academically or on a more personal level, I believe that Miami University is the perfect institution for you. And one of the ways in which Miami University is different from a lot of other universities is that, so as you guys are going through the college admission process, I'm sure that you have come upon the fact that there are a lot of colleges and universities in the US. In fact, there are more than 4,000. And a way in which we differentiate between these universities is in terms of their relative size. So on one hand, you will see your big, state schools that have tens of thousands of students, and which are really known, for example, for their athletics, for their research. And then on the other hand, you might have your smaller institutions with sometimes a few hundred students and sometimes a few thousand students who are known for the community feel that they give to their students. Well, the great thing about Miami is that we are the best of both worlds because we are a mid-sized university. So at Miami University, you will really find all of the opportunities and the amenities that are often associated with your big state school, but you will also find that community feel where you are able to meet with your peers. You are able to get to know your professors on a personal basis, and they are able to know your name. So that's really something that makes Miami very special. Additionally, we are also a public Ivy. And basically what public Ivy means is that in the United States, there are a handful of institutions that do provide students with a quality of education that is comparable to what students would receive at an Ivy League institution, but at a much more affordable price. And Miami University has been identified as a public Ivy since the 1980s when the list first got compiled. Furthermore, we do focus on undergraduate teaching, and that shows through things like having the ability to do research, because at most other institutions, oftentimes you are not able to conduct research unless you are a graduate student or you are a upperclassman. However, at Miami University, all of our students are able to conduct research from day one through our first year research experience. And so research, doing field work, and really, getting that experience that is really necessary, whether you are, getting yourself ready for the professional world after Miami University, or whether you are looking to further your education through graduate school. And one more thing that I will mention is that at Miami University, about half of all of our students will study abroad. And part of the reason for that high percentage is because we do have an international campus located in Luxembourg. So studying at our Luxembourg campus is pretty much the same as studying at our Oxford campus. And so students will take advantage of that and go study at Miami University in Luxembourg for a semester or two. But if for some reason Luxembourg isn't exciting enough for you, we do offer study abroad programs in more than 90 locations around the world. So as an international student, not only are you bringing diversity here on Miami's campus and by coming to study abroad here, but you are also able to study abroad to yet another third country. And we do have a study abroad office where you'll be able to work with a counselor one-on-one who will provide you with all of the information necessary to make sure that you are still staying on track and be able to graduate within 4 years. And of course, we also do offer scholarships for study abroad as well. So that is just an overview of Miami University as an institution and just of our admission process. And now I'm going to hand it over to Coach Chip, who's going to give you more information about all things athletics.
Super. Fatima, thank you very much. And it's a great pleasure to talk to all of you today and hopefully welcome you to Miami University. One of the things that's very important that she said is the fact that you do have the best of both worlds here. We are a very quality academic institution and athletic institution where you can succeed in both fields. In fact, our mission as an athletic department is graduating champions. And our focus really is on the graduation piece, making sure that you have all the tools you need to succeed, then also succeed on the field. And we've had a number of success with a number of our different programs, earning championships and then competing in NCAAs. Part of that reason is the fact that we have some top-class facilities right here at Miami. I can certainly speak about our hockey field, which is, again, it's an international level field. We really enjoy playing on it, and it's just one of the great facilities we have here at Miami. Our ice rink, again, has been voted as one of the top college ice rinks in the country for ice hockey players. I know there's a bunch of you out there who are interested in playing ice hockey, and I think that if you were to come to Goggin, you'd be really impressed with the opportunity to play ice hockey here at Miami University. With regards to some other talks about like what makes Miami special is certainly understanding the breadth of programs that we have here. I think if you are interested in studying one of our many different, programs of our majors, important to do a little research on our website, try to get some more information about those programs. And that way, when you talk to a coach and reach out to them about your interest in Miami, you can express one of the things that's interesting about this school is not just their program, but also the specific course of study you might be interested in knowing. So with regards to reaching out to coaches, a couple of things that are going to be really important. One, know why you're going to go to Miami University. What about the school has made it interesting to you? Whether it's a major, whether it's the success of the program, whether it's the background of the coach, but try to develop a personal relationship with the coach before you write to them. It's not just one of 100 emails you're sending, but a specific one targeted as to why you think Miami might be a good fit for you. Really include that information with regards to, okay, I've done some virtual visits. It's too bad nobody can come and see this beautiful campus. I'd note, one of the great American poets wrote that this was the most beautiful campus that ever was. And I think that if you were to come down and see it, you'd be just entranced by how much of a collegiate feel it actually is. But since you can't see it in person, make sure you have an opportunity to log on and take a virtual tour. They've done an amazing job. Our admissions office has done an amazing job in setting up virtual tours. And then in writing to a coach, personalize it. talk to them about what makes their sport, what makes the position here at Miami attractive to you specifically. And I think that's going to be a big part of how you're going to get interest back from a coach. So it's not just kind of a form letter that goes out to everybody. As far as selling yourself, it's going to be what makes you different and what makes you to be a good fit. You know, how strong are your academics? How strong are your athletics? And how can you make both of those things be successful? Another piece that's very important is your community outreach. How much have you been involved in the community? Not that it's a requirement, but I think just something that's going to make you stand out a little bit more as a student athlete. Again, a student and an athlete is going to be a way that you can make yourself stand out a little bit more. Some of the best letters I've received from students, and I'm proud to say that we have a Canadian playing for us on our hockey team right now, is the fact that they're able to personalize it and make it feel like there's a connection. We recruit based on relationships as much as we do on talent. And your ability to sell yourself, your family, and who you are as a person is very important to us. The culture that we have is key. We don't just recruit athletes, we recruit people. So hopefully that's a little bit of an oversight on what we're looking for in student athletes.
Thank you so much, Coach. And now we will go ahead and give the floor to Luca, who's going to tell you a little bit more about her experience as a Canadian student athlete here at Miami University.
Hello, so my name is Luca. I am a student athlete on the women's track and field team here at Miami. I am from Toronto, Canada. If any of you are from there or know of Toronto, and I am majoring in kinesiology. So I'll talk a little bit about my journey, I guess, applying to American schools, which at first can be a little bit stressful because it is a bit different than applying to Canadian schools with some of the requirements and things that you need. So I think the biggest tip for me is making sure that you know what the university is expecting for you and what you need to apply to that school. And one of the biggest things for me was having all the support from the academic section of the council here at the school, as well as the support from my coaches, which were kind of guiding me and teaching me how to apply and certain things like that. And another really good thing would be to do a little bit more research on Common App, because when I was starting my process of being recruited and applying to schools, I wasn't really sure what that was. But once I got that all figured out, that definitely helped me with my application process. So as I said, I am a kinesiology major, and so far classes here have been super, super great. As Chip and Fatima said, our athletics and academics here are both super, super strong. And I think it's really nice having that balance where I know I'm at a school where they do value academics as much as they do athletics, if not more. And I think that the adjustment from Canadian life, I guess you could say, to an American campus has been super good. As mentioned as well, this campus is so beautiful. All the athletic facilities are pretty close to where I live, which is in the North Quad. So being able to get to practice when I have to be there super early in the morning, but only having to leave, I guess, like maybe 5 or 10 minutes before is super helpful as well. So I think if any of you were to come to this campus or I guess visit, I think this is a good place because it's a big school, but at the same time, you can get places on campus super easily. Everyone's super friendly. If you need help with anything, there's people in administration, your coaches, and anybody else, I guess, who could really help you with things that you would need. So, yeah.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Chip and Luca. I hope that was helpful in just kind of giving you a taste of what athletics are like at Miami University. Now, we are more than happy to answer any questions that you might have for us. You can connect with us through WhatsApp. You have our WhatsApp number there. You can also connect with us through Facebook, through Instagram, and by email as well. Again, this was just an overview about Miami University and our athletics program. It's of course not enough time to, dive deeply into each of those subject matters, but there will be plenty of opportunities for you to get in touch with us and to start that connection that Coach was referring to. And we'll be more than happy to not only answer any questions that you might have, but hopefully see you on our campus. So thank you so much for being here. And I guess I will send it back to Dalton.
Well, Fatima, there are a couple of questions. There's one person that had raised their hand.
Okay, wonderful.
There's a question from Tamara that says, well, sorry I joined late, but are you waiving the SATs in 2021?
Yes, we are test optional in terms of admission for 2021. So students are not required to submit the SAT or the ACT unless they want to. So when you are filling out your application, you are able to tell us whether you want us to consider your SAT or ACT score or not. And submitting an SAT or an ACT score or not submitting it will not have any impact on your admission. And I think that is the same in terms of athletics. The NAACP has waived the SAT or ACT for students as well. And Coach, if you had anything to add on that, please feel free to do so.
I don't. Like Fatima said, it is waived for next year. And I think it's just an opportunity for students to, really delve in and pursue what colleges are looking for without that kind of hanging over your head, basically.
Okay, and I have a question for Luca. Lisa here had asked if she got a full sports scholarship or split between academics.
So my scholarship was 100% athletics, but I know there's a mixture of scholarships that people could get for their athletics as well as their academics. So I think it is basically just based on the person and their academic and athletic abilities.
And maybe, Chip, you could talk a little bit more about our scholarship range in terms of athletics.
Sure. There's some sports, football, tennis, for example, in which students full scholarship or they're not on scholarship. NCAA rules for some sports, which are called head count sports, mean that you either are on a full scholarship or you're not on a scholarship. There are other sports like field hockey, like track, for example, in which student athletes can earn a percentage of scholarships. And we do our best to combine both academic scholarships and athletic scholarships to where we have some students who are on full rides, but that's a combination, kind of to Liza's question, on both some portion coming from athletics and some portion coming from academics. I think that the admissions office does an amazing job of providing support, merit-based scholarship to students and certainly student athletes. And then we're able to supplement that in many cases with athletic scholarships based on obviously how we kind of feel you're fitting into the program. But we have a number of students who are able to combine very good packages, both athletically and academically.